On Blitz now is legendary coach Travis Noland of the Jefferson Dragons. Coach, appreciate you letting us come up here and talk about your football program a little bit.
Thank you. Glad you're here.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, this is a team that last year well documented the tragedy y'all had to endure and just the overcoming early obstacles and finishing out strong the way you did going into the playoffs. Talk about the impact of seasons and things like that really developed the mental fortitude of this program.
Well, I mean, I think it says a lot of the character of the kids, how they handled all that. It was not one thing about it that was easy. It was such an emotional roller coaster those last 5 weeks of the season, and we had to play at a high level with the people that we played. And, we were just really disappointed how we performed in the playoffs, but I think it gives us some motivation going into this year that, as we get closer to the playoffs, hopefully we'll be in a position to get there again and maybe be a little more focused in that first round game than we were a year ago.
Yeah, now Jefferson's a team that has always been blessed with great depth, and I think it's a testament to you guys coaching these players up and training them the way you have. But talk about how this team's able to just reload and have that next man up mentality.
Well, that's part of the high school game. We don't get to go out and recruit a 3 deep at every position. So, we try, our coaches do an unbelievable job here of developing talent, not just the Sammy Browns of the program, but the kids that play vital roles that maybe aren't as big and fast and strong as some other programs. And I think that's a tribute to our kids and our coaches. And, we're excited about the challenge, and we know that somewhere in the season it's going to be next man up, and so we try to prepare those kids so that when it is their turn, they can perform.
Yeah, and you mentioned Sammy Brown, a phenomenal athlete, and Coach, you've been around the game so long, you've got to coach some incredible athletes along the way, but what can you say about Sammy Brown, not to compare him against other players you've had, but how special of a talent is he?
He's special, he's so big and fast and smart. I mean, he's the whole package, and he's a great young man. He's very humble. He's a great teammate. And so, he's everything that a coach would ever say they'd want in a player, he's it. So we're fortunate to have him, but we're also very excited about a lot of other people in our program, and we're excited about what's ahead of us.
Yeah, no, anytime you lose a starting quarterback, that's always a question mark coming in, but it sounds like you've had a good competition going between Forrest Ross and Gavin Markey. What are you liking so far about the offense as you kind of hit week one coming up?
Yeah, I mean, Gavin's going to be our starter, but Forrest is an unbelievable kid and provides a lot of not senior leadership, a lot of leadership in the locker room just by his personality, and so we feel really good about that position, and we got 2 good young guys behind him or them, that's going to play in the future too. So quarterback's a position we feel really good about. We're excited about what all those guys are all different in some way, but they're all very solid, and we feel good about the future of that position.
And overall in the offense, of course, with Sammy Brown back there, it's going to be huge anyway, but just what about the look? What are you liking about the look so far of the rest of
the best thing is our receivers have had a year of development. Coming in here, they'd run the triple option for a long time, and so catching a lot of balls was not part of their forte, and they've worked really, really hard this off-season and summer and gotten better. So I think that excitement of those players feeling more comfortable about what they're doing makes our offense look a lot better in some ways, as opposed to a year ago today. And so we look forward to that. And then our offensive line, we got 3 starters back and two guys that played a lot last year that's replacing the 2 seniors we lost. So, we feel good about where we are offensively, but we know that it's going to take a lot of repetition, and because offense is really about execution, not about plays. And so we're not there yet, but we're working every day trying to get there.
It sure helps when you have an outstanding defense too, one that gave up just 12.5 points per game last year and like 20-something points overall in region play. I know you had to replace some players on that side of the ball too, but how big is that to have a lockdown defense like you have?
Well,
it helps your offense.
Yeah, it helps a lot. And, our defensive staff's incredible. Tom Parker has been the defense coordinator here for a long time, and then Matt Cates was our defensive coordinator at Oconee that came with us. So the 2 of those guys, along with the rest of the defensive staff, do an unbelievable job. They got a lot of shoes to fill on that side of the ball, because we did lose a lot to graduation there, but we're excited about the guys that are going to replace them.
And are you a motto kind of coach? Is there a central theme or idea that you've sort of been preaching to the guys this year?
No, I'm not that guy. I think the key to success is consistency, and we try to work the same every day and not get too high or too low. And we feel like that again, everything's about execution, not about hype and not about energy and all those things, because a lot of those things can leave you really quick when things don't go well. But if you can perform at a consistent level, sometimes you can work yourself through bad situations, and that's what we try to do.
Right. So what expectations do you have for this program, or is it, as you're talking about, more based on the fundamentals and let all that come into play and everything else takes care of itself?
I think so. That and how we gel as a team. I think every year our goal is to our YFPs reach our full potential, whatever that might be. Some years that might be 12 games, some years that might be 15, some years going 6-4 is a great year. So, but we want to reach our full potential as a team. We want our team to gel together and care about each other. And I think if we can do that and execute what we're trying to do, then we got a chance to win every game. And so that's our expectation.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.